Good morning. My name is Parole Officer Smelly. Today is Friday, January 17, 2025. And this is the hearing of the Connecticut Board of Pardons and Parole. The following board members are present this morning and by state their names on the record, certify they have reviewed all statutorily required documents and available pertinent information in preparation of this hearing.
Nancy Turner,
Joy Chance,
Ellen Zappo-Sasso.
Our Office of Victim Services is requesting Mr. Stephen Irish, 393-539, case to be continued to February 21st, 2025.
right. So I'm going to make a motion to accommodate the Office of Victim Services request for additional time. So we will continue Mr. Irish, inmate number 393-539, on a motion. Do I have a second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This concludes the continuation for Stephen Irish, 393-539. Good morning. My name is Parole Officer Smelly. Today is Friday, January 17th, and this is a hearing of the Connecticut Board of Pardons and Parole. The following board members are present this morning and by stating their names on the record, certified they reviewed all statutorily required documents and available pertinent information in preparation of this hearing.
Nancy Turner, good morning.
Good morning, Joy Chance.
And I'm Ellen Zappo-Sasso.
Please state your inmate number. Please state your name and inmate number for the record, sir.
Good morning, Shaun McCrae, 350-537.
This hearing is being conducted in consideration of the parole application for Shaun Patrick McCrae, 350-537. He is serving a sentence of 48 months flat for violation of probation, for 2 counts of violation of probation with underlying robbery first and failure to appear. As of today, records reflect a parole eligibility date of 1/23/2025 at 50%. There is no victim input in this case. There is an offender accountability plan for the offender. It has been reviewed. It shows the offender has completed tier 2 in domestic violence to date. Utilizing the statewide collaborative offender risk evaluation system, the offender overall score falls within the high range of risk for recidivism. Mr. McCrae, this is your opportunity to express to the board why you believe you should be granted parole. You may begin.
Before you do, Mr. McCrae, I just want to add to the record that it's 2 counts of robbery first.
2 counts.
That's your underline.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead, sir.
Thanks, Ms. Turner.
Thank you. I believe I just need another chance to do right. I got a lot going on out there. My son's involved with DCF. They're trying to take him. I've done wrong. I admit it. I hold full accountability for that. I just need to get out there, get focused on what I got to do. Man up, stand up, do what I got to do to get my son, get myself back together, get back right with my family, and just hoping that y'all will grant me the parole to better my situation.
All right, well, thank you, Mr. McCrae, for that comment. We are going to take turns asking questions of you based on the documents that we've read, and then we will discuss your case and you'll have our decision. We're going to begin this morning with my colleague, Ms. Chance.
So, Mr. McCrae, I appreciate the comments that, you said you should be granted parole because you wanted to do the right thing and lots of things are going on in regards to your son's involvement in DCF. But what I would like to hear from you is, from the time you've been incarcerated to today, what have you done to demonstrate that you have made positive changes in your life and that you're not going to go out and commit the serious offenses that you have done?
I've done a lot of self-evaluation. I mean, I'm older now. I'm almost 40, with nothing other to show than the record. I reached out to the CDL program, the carpentry program that'll give you a foundation for when you do get out there. I can have that as a fallback, a scale. I want to go back to school. I feel I've done everything to my ability to certify a strong foundation to where my criminal activity wouldn't be a second thought. And I'm just tired of this whole situation. I mean, I gotta get it together.
Well, you know, Mr. McCrae, I appreciate what you say you're trying to do. Have you figured out why you failed on 4 previous opportunities in the community to do right?
Being stressed out, picking the easy way out, not using my resources to the better benefit, situations like that.
So why should I believe that you're going to do that now?
Because, like I said, I'm tired of the in and out. I've got a friend who's a manager out there. He's looking out for me. He's trying to get me in
Manager FedEx. Where?
FedEx in Stratford, Connecticut. He's a manager there. He said he got an opportunity for me to come in here and could hire me. I got more positive benefits then. My sister's around. I got better resources.
But Mr. McCrae, those people have always been there. You're here today because you had a very important court date and you missed it. And you were out because of the robbery with the firearm threat. So that court date was important for you to meet, and you didn't. So what happened why you didn't meet that court date?
I don't remember the situation, but I believe I had called somebody I was here. I don't know if it was somebody at the program or something, but I had got the dates mixed up, and the day I was supposed to go.
What program?
It was AIC and
Did you have a probation officer?
No, they never gave me when I went out that time, they didn't give me a probation officer. It was I just had to do the program completely, and they was going to reinstate it. So at that time, with me being released, I didn't have a probation officer to see. I just had to complete the program to satisfactory. And then they was going to restate the program with no interruptions or whatever.
Did you complete the program?
No, they canceled it because of the missed date. But when I tried to verify it, and I called them and told them I was coming in that day, and they said you don't got to come in because you missed it. I tried to explain to them that I missed it. I thought it was a one date and it wasn't, but it was a no nonsense. So they didn't want to hear that. They didn't hear that I missed the date and they didn't want to hear that.
Right. And the problem is that was important. That was an important date that you should have remembered.
They gave me when I was out, when I was out there, I was back-to-back programs, trying to find a job, trying to find housing. So it's no excuses, but it was it was understandable to forget a date because I had I got piss test one day, a program, 2 different programs. I got orientation for this job I'm trying to get. It was a lot of dates, 2-on-1. It was a lot of things going on.
But Mr. McCrae, you could have had your book where you keep track of all the dates and what you have to do. That's what normal people do when they have responsibilities.
Sure,
And
indeed.
you know that you did not do well on your previous community releases, so this was an important one for you to do. And you've been in there, you completed Tier 2 and you completed DV, and you've yet to tell me what you have learned. All I heard from you is that you're older now and you don't want to do this, but that's not sufficient. I want to hear what you learned out of Tier 2. The fact that you, as a 37 or 38-year-old adult, could not manage your appointment is concerning. All of us every day, we all have many different appointments and responsibilities. It's up to us as adults, okay, to follow through on our responsibility. And I'm hoping that you're going to tell me that, you know, I screwed up before where I didn't keep proper track of my appointments, but I've learned the importance of that, whatever.
I stated that earlier that I take full responsibility for all my actions, but I mean, I'm not looking backwards. I'm looking forward. My plan moving forward is to handle everything I need to handle to get to where I need to go, to get y'all out of my life, to get my son to do what I got to do.
Well, Ms. McCrae, I'm not in your life, so you don't have to say to get you all out of
well, not
what you need to do. What you need to be doing is making a commitment to yourself and your son that's in DCF that you're going to change your life. So yes. I'm going to ask you again, what did you learn in Tier 2 and DV?
Just accountability and a stand on business.
What do you mean by accountability?
Not blaming drugs or other people or anything other than myself for my actions.
So, you took DV. What was important in DV that you think will help you when you go back in the community?
Take advantage of like outlets. There's different outlets out there that you could get different management of time and resources. Don't linger around, stay busy, and accountability. More and more so, focus on self to better me, and stay focused on the right path.
And so you had a kitchen job.
I got a kitchen job.
Did you get back the one you had?
I work at, they moved me. I'm not at Cheshire anymore. I'm at Osborn. I got a kitchen.
So you lost that last kitchen job due to a DR. I'm just trying to demonstrate to you that your behavior has to be 100% positive. Now, that was a very minor thing that you did, but it resulted in you losing your kitchen assignment.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So what was your takeaway from that? What was the lesson there?
it didn't have to be done. That was real stupid on my part, but at that time it was, I need this, and I ain't really had the fund. I don't know.
That was
Certainly.
just last October, which was 3 months ago.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So,
But it wasn't, I mean, I know in your eyes it wouldn't matter, but it wasn't necessarily stealing. It's just certain CEOs don't want you to do certain things. So,
Mr. McCrae, it's called following the rules,
yeah,
adhering to the guidelines of a job.
true.
That's what it is.
Yes,
And everyone that works in the kitchen knows all the rules, and you just have to follow it.
true.
You're talking about going out and depending on a friend to get a job at FedEx. FedEx have rules, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you know that rules are made to be followed. All of us in life have to follow rules, even children. Everyone has to follow rules.
Correct.
Okay. So you want to go to a halfway house. Who else do you have for support in the community?
I mean, I have a couple of friends, but that's more like moral support, not living wise. That's why I wanted the halfway house to really build character, to just do my own thing. Like, I don't want to really rely. Like you said, I'm dependent on a friend. I'm not dependent on him. He's just an outlet. I'm gonna put in my own work. You know what I mean? But like, if it gets too because of my background or whatever, I know I can call him and be like, yo, I need you to, you know what I mean? See if you can get me into this spot. But I'm gonna put my own footwork in.
So going to a halfway house means that you have to follow the rules at the halfway house.
Absolutely. I've never been there, but I know how it goes. It's just like here.
Well, wherever you go, there are rules. So I'm just saying that halfway house has rules and they have to be followed.
Yes.
Right? You did okay this time because you only received the one DR, and you did complete tier 2 and DV. You indicated that you did not have any problems with drugs or alcohol.
Yes.
Okay. So you said you only smoked cigarettes.
Yes.
So why is your drug score 3?
But I don't know what a 3 drug score means.
So in DOC, the highest drug score you can have is a 5, anywhere from 1 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the middle, which indicate that at some point or time you may have had.
I believe in 2013, 2009. I was arrested and I was intoxicated. But I don't have a everyday drinking problem.
And do you remember what you did? When you
I
got
don't.
intoxicated, did you complete any type of program or anything?
I've done all programs in jail and in the street. AA. It's other programs. I don't remember the name at the time, but I've done programs. It should be on file out in the streets.
Yeah. And what about tier 2 that you just did?
Yeah, I did that too.
What did you learn from tier 2?
I mean, I grew up in that kind of environment, so the movies and the talks that we had, I know about it, but I don't abuse drugs, so I never really need to learn anything about not abusing drugs. I know other people's stories. I take heed to it, but that's not my. I don't use drugs as an outlet. That's probably not answering your question, but I mean that's
Okay. So other than going to live at the halfway house and abiding by the rules of parole, you said that you reached out to the CDL program.
yes, in Carl Robinson. Amongst when I first heard about it.
Right, but
That's a skill
you're
to take.
today being considered for discretionary parole. So what have you done in the community in terms of looking into the CDL program? And what was the other program you said? CDL?
Carpentry.
Carpentry. I don't really know anything about either one of these. I went to school for web design and computer business management, but it's a skill that's real lucrative in the streets right now. So I'm willing to learn it. I'm always willing to learn new things.
Which one of them are lucrative?
The CDL, not lucrative. It's movement out there right now. CDL it'll help you with money. It's you travel.
Yeah, but you know, Mr. McCrae, you have to figure that out for yourself. I read about the web design and stuff that you started.
Yeah.
If that's where your interest lies, then you need to try to pursue that. Every person that comes before us wants to do CDL. So you need to do your homework. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You really need to do your homework to figure out what it is that you want to do. And you indicated that you want to take some fatherhood program when you go back in the community, and you want to get involved with DCF. But along with that, Mr. McCrae, comes responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy for you to say you want to, but you have to make sure you do it the right way.
True.
Okay. So what is your plan to connect with your son who's in DCF?
No, he's not with them. They're trying to take him out of his home now. But I've been writing them since I've been down. Even when I was just out there, I was calling them every day. But like now I write them. I try to write them at least once a week.
Who is he with now?
His mother and his siblings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I just try to stay. I try to reach out to him to be a little positive to the negative I've been all his life. So I'm just trying to get there, trying to open that door, and then when I'm out there, show more than I talk, because he's used to that.
Yeah. So you would be able to visit him when you get a job.
Yes.
With some financial support.
Yes.
So you need to sit down and put those things on paper and say that's what you're going to do, and then follow through with it.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for answering my questions. I have no further questions for him, Madam Chair.
Thank you. So, Mr. McCrae, did you finish the domestic violence program, or are you still in it?
No, I finished it 2 months ago, maybe longer.
I'm going to ask Officer Smelly to look that up and try to confirm that for us.
He finished the domestic violence
I'd like to know when.
recently. He just did it.
So, sir, do you
I don't
think
remember.
of yourself as a patient man?
Okay.
A patient? Yes, I've learned. Yes, very.
Okay, well, that's going to be helpful to you. Your end of sentence is not until November of next year. So, you know, if you are denied today, you could be there in the facility until then. Or if you're granted today, you could be under parole supervision for that period of time. And I'm a little concerned about your mindset regarding supervision, based on what you've said here this morning. So have you been on parole before, sir?
Never.
Okay. So parole is a higher level of supervision than probation, which is probably a good thing for you because you've really struggled on probation in the past. That's why you got a flat sentence off the 2 violations. But parole officers have access to programs and services that can help you be successful. They can connect you with the reentry programs in the various cities. I know your first choice for halfway house is New Haven. Maybe that'll change to Bridgeport with this job possibility in Stratford. But there's somebody on your team wanting you to be successful, and they can help you do that. It's all in the way you think about this 1 year and 10-month period of time. Sure, it's about accountability, but it's really there to help you be successful. But if you don't want people in your business, then, you know, we can just wait until you go out end of sentence unencumbered.
You asked that, was that a question?
Yeah, I'm interested in like what you're going to bring to the relationship with the parole officer.
That's why New Haven was my first choice, because I feel New Haven got a lot of business opportunities. I need people, that's the fatherhood program. I need people who have that outlet to different resources. That's
Okay.
why my choices.
So you're willing to work with your parole officer?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Well, it's not a given, sir. You already just said you can't wait to get people out of your business. So
No,
I'm trying to clarify.
Not meaning it like meaning the whole prison system. Stop coming into prison.
That we want that for you too, sir. 3 is enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have a plan B for employment if this friend who has a connection doesn't have an opening or something falls through?
Just do my own footwork. He's like playing C. If I was granted, it's still the time, right? It's still winter time, so it's still a lot of places still hiring. I know warehouses in Bloomfield and all in Hartford, West Hartford area, they usually always hiring. If not like a...
Well, and your parole officer will know about felon-friendly employers.
And y'all have stuff on the tablet I've been looking into.
Good.
Job
Okay.
apps.
All right. So by my count, you're still on the deadly weapon offender registry for the robbery first?
Yes.
And that'll be through 2026?
I don't know.
It's a 5-year obligation.
Oh,
And you went out to probation in 2021. So just be careful that you uphold that obligation because it could bring you back to prison.
Yeah, I know. You gotta
Okay.
go to the police place now.
State Police Headquarters? Mm-hmm.
So it's not, yeah. It's not the police station. It's still in Weathersfield. Or it's whatever police station. Last time I went, they said you could go to police stations in any town.
Well, I think to initially register, and now that you're going to be back out in the community, you'll get information before you're discharged. Pay attention to it.
All right.
Okay. And you also have a standing criminal protective order against you until the year 2099. You're aware of that?
Yes.
Okay. So no contact in any way, shape, or form.
No.
So talk to me about this incident in May in Bridgeport. 12:30 in the morning, you show up at your ex-girlfriend's home.
It wasn't, she wasn't a girlfriend. It wasn't none of, even the judge. The whole situation was she was going through my phone. I come back to the house. There was an issue because of the text message she read. So her daughter ran, called the cops. The cops wasn't even going to take me to jail because it wasn't, nothing was wrong. I wasn't belligerent. Nothing was nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay,
So
that's not the account that we have. You were forcibly trying to enter the victim's bedroom where she and her daughter were, and then by the time the police arrived, you had locked yourself in the bathroom.
none of that was happening. That's why the judge didn't give me. He said in court, so it's on record. He's like, he know how. I don't know. But
What were you doing there at 12:30 in the morning if she's not your girlfriend and you weren't living there?
I was already there. I left the house and came back.
And you were under the influence?
No. I wasn't. I've had drinks, but I wasn't under the influence. So wasn't nothing told to me. Don't come. None of that. But
all right,
I guess,
I'm going to move on from there. So you haven't taken a fatherhood program, and you're now very clear that your son needs you. Your son was 5 years old when you committed the robberies, right? And went to prison for 6 years?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And now he's 13 and struggling, from the sounds of what you're saying today.
Yes.
How long did you know that you had this hearing today?
I did. I was told when I came out the bathroom that I was going to see parole. Because the dates I got, none of the dates match what y'all telling me right now. And I've been trying to ask what's going on. Nobody knows nothing. I was told the 29th.
All right, Mr. McCrae, I'm going to see if my colleague, Ms. Zappo-Sasu, has any questions.
Morning. So in reading through your file, it was noted that there were significant breaks between criminal behavior activities and arrests. You had at one point 4 years, another time 2 years, another time almost 5 years where there were no issues whatsoever. Can you elaborate a little bit about what might have been going right in your life during those periods that you were able to, maintain your position in society and do everything that, seems to be important to you?
My biggest supporter is my Uncle Chuck. He probably on some records. So I go out there, trying to find a job, or I'm doing school online. I'm just out the way in Bloomfield. I don't know. I do what I'm supposed to do. I settle down.
And then what happens to upset that apple cart, Mr. McCrae?
Life. Sometimes life I don't know. You got so many things going on. You make the wrong choices sometimes. Unconsciously, consciously. Until you fed up and now you here trying to get your life back.
do you feel that you've taken advantage of all the programs in the facility that you've been in order to try to get that organizational vibe together the way my colleague was asking about earlier? I mean, you're in a very structured environment here. You have a lot of time on your hands. What have you done to kind of create that skill set that you're going to need to go back out in the community, handle the business with your son, find a job, get stable housing? Like, what does that look like in your mind from a day-to-day period?
It's a little different in here. I stay to myself. I try to get in the industries. It ain't too many programs. I did the programs from beginning to now. It's me. I know what I gotta do. I know what I need to handle. And that's just what I'm trying to, like, I keep in touch with the DCF lady who has outlets too with the fatherhood program and such things. So like I have people who's making a way. I just gotta get there. It's beyond jail.
Is your
Jail.
Is your uncle still in your life?
Yes.
Is he going to be someone who's going to be part of that circle?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, Mr. McCrae, just give us a few minutes to discuss. Please don't interrupt. Ms. Chance, you began.
Okay. Ms. McCrae is a little bit frustrating for me, but, you know, he had one DR, which was really ridiculous. He does seem to have a problem with, you know, his organizational skills, but he knows that that's something that he needs to work on. And I'm hoping that if we give him the opportunity to go to a halfway house, that he will be able to work on that. He needs to get employment. He says he wants to connect with one of the programs that he find available in the community that will also offer job training. He wants to reconnect with DCF so that he can be in his son's life. And another way to do that is to take the fatherhood program, which he has identified. And he does have an uncle. Hopefully he will connect with the uncle and be able to get some positive influence in his life. You know, he's had 4 previous failures, but this is a flat sentence, and it's because of those last 2 probation failures. So I'm willing to give Ms. McCrae the opportunity today to go out and be at the halfway house and work on his organizational skills with support from his uncle, support from the halfway house, and support from the community agencies, which he says he's identified some and is interested in getting a CDL. So.
And probably most importantly, support from a parole officer who's going to provide some of the structure and support that will help Mr. McCrae ultimately be successful. Because, you know, he is right. He's closing in on 40 and not a lot to show for it except a 20-year criminal history.
Yeah. And just to, you know, elaborate, parole is going to be your biggest ally. And if you don't stick with your parole officer, listen and take advice from that parole officer, we're going to see you back here. So I'm just telling you, Mr. McCrae, that you need to take advantage of this opportunity. I don't know how my colleagues are going to vote, but I'm willing to to give you that opportunity. Sorry, I'm here.
No, that's perfectly all right. Yeah, because he could be finishing the sentence inside if he violates, because parole has arrest powers. So you violate your conditions and you're brought right back. Ms. Zappo-Sasu?
Thank you. So, Mr. McCrae, I definitely see and can hear in your voice that the light bulb has gone off and you understand what needs to happen. I do think that you have to work on some of the vague challenges that face you so that you can emerge from this incarceration with all of your ducks in a row. I would suggest that even staying to yourself in your own cell is a wonderful opportunity to make lists. Lists are very helpful. Lists can really help you point to what has to happen. You have an ambitious list that you've kind of gone through in terms of what you need to do with jobs, employment, and especially the situation concerning your son. The fact that you do not have to equally enter the community and battle an addiction issue has definitely influenced me toward allowing you to proceed to a halfway house in the hopes that you're going to use all of this to your advantage. You are not weighed down with what so many of your fellow inmates are in terms of battling that demon. And I hope that you understand that your relationship with guns has come to an end, especially with a young boy in your life. You know, part of what we do here in judging offender change and also suitability as well as public risk is try to break the cycle. And I'm pretty confident, even though you haven't said it, that we all hope better for our children than some of the decisions that we've made. So I'm in favor of you going to a halfway house and showing us that you can organize what hopefully the next 30 to 40 years of your life look like. And I wish you success in doing so.
Thank you.
Ms. Chance, did you have conditions beyond halfway house?
I had DV
Mhm.
and no.
Just those two? Anything else to
And
add?
you've already reminded him about that protective order, so.
And the registry.
And,
Um,
yeah.
Officer Snelly, 121?
Oh, I had 123, but
I have 123 too, but I will check right now.
Yeah.
Just have a clarification on what his actual
123.
discharge end of sentence date is, because I had something totally different.
I'll give you that, yeah. The printer, store page. Oh, 123? Okay, so in the matter of Shaun McCrae, inmate number 350537, there is a motion to grant parole on or after your eligibility date of January 23rd, 2025, with the conditions of halfway house placement and behavior management for domestic violence. Do I have a second?
second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Congratulations, sir. We wish you much success.
Ms.
Thank
McCrae,
you.
I don't want to see you back here.
Me neither. Thank you.
Okay.
This concludes the hearing for Shaun McCrae, 350537. You'll receive all this in writing, Mr. McCrae. Good luck to you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Yes. You can go back. Richard, come on in.